Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to module number 8. Brighten this up a little bit so I don't look fuzzy. Figured that out in one of my previous videos that it looks super fuzzy, and it was because the lighting's dark. So, all right, we're it. This is it. Module number 8, and you've made it to the end. And I first of all just want to start off by saying how super proud I am of each and every one of you. I know this process isn't easy, and I know that you have put a lot of time and energy and effort into this last 8 weeks, and have got yourself to the place that you're at now. And so I just wanted to acknowledge each and every one of you and how much I appreciate how you've dug into this program, how you've committed to the learning curve. And I know that if you're not at your goal yet, that you are well on your way and that you have all the tools that you need in order to continue on in this process. So throughout the last 8 weeks, you've learned, how to do your planning and prepping, incorporated new habits like drinking water, exercising, the mindset pieces, taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, some self-care, some positive thoughts, all of those types of things. And you've learned how to eat more fruits and vegetables, what good quality proteins are, how to navigate out in the real world, how to eat well 80% of the time and enjoy some planned indulgences, or maybe not planned indulgences 20% of the time, and how you can make it right with the very next bite. All of these tips and topics that I've taught you over the last 8 weeks are your new way of eating. I don't want you to go back to doing what you were doing before, because that obviously didn't work, or you would not be here in this 8-week program with me. So the goal is not to go back to doing what you were doing before. The end game is not to hit the 8-week mark now and go back to what I was eating normally, because if that's what you do, you will, I guarantee you will gain your weight back. And I know that you've worked hard and you've put a lot of time and effort into where you are, and that is not what you want either. So what you've learned is how you continue to live. I have been following these tips and philosophies and principles for the last 6 years. It's how I continue to eat. I continually look for new recipes that I can continue to add to our menu planning. I still do all of the tips and things that I've taught you over this last 8 weeks. And that's how I've been able to maintain my weight and keep it off. So I hope that you will continue on with this journey. I hope that you will continue to apply the things that you've learned to your life, and so that you can continue. If you need to continue on to lose more weight, then do that. If you're at your goal or close to your goal, then congratulations, that's awesome. Now we want you to go through this reversing process so that you don't gain weight back while you're starting to incorporate some different food categories back into your diet. So when you go into a reverse, I think I've stated it pretty clearly in the workbook that you're getting with this email. And I'm certainly available for asking questions on our final Q&A on Monday night at 7. So if you have questions, bring those to our Q&A so that we can make sure, I can make sure that you're really clear on what it is that you're doing here, so that you can kind of reverse out of this calorie cut that you were in. So basically what it boils down to is, in order for you to lose weight, you need to cut calories. At some point you're living, in a fairly restrictive calorie cut. Maybe you've cut a few more carbs out of your diet than what you used to eat. Maybe you've changed up some of the fats that you were eating. So now this is an opportunity for you to continue eating healthy, but add some of those carbs and a little bit of healthy fat back into your diet. And we want to do this in a step-by-step process. So when you go into a calorie cut, let's say, for example, you ate 1,800 calories or 2,000 calories in the real world or in your normal world, what you were doing before. In order to lose weight, you need to cut calories. So if you're cutting yourself down to say 1,400 calories, you're going to be in a nice 1.5, 2 pounds of weight you're going to lose on a steady basis throughout a window of time. At some point, though, you're not going to want to still continue to eat that 1,400 calories. You're going to want to work your way back up to a little bit higher count where you can add some carbs back into your diet, like pastas and maybe a bun for your burger, maybe having a piece of toast with your breakfast if you haven't been doing that, some of those kinds of things. So healthy carbs that we want to add back in, and healthy fats, so things like nuts and avocados, those types of things, healthy olive oils and such. So those are kind of the things that you want to add back into your diet. And how you want to go about this now is on a slow, steady process. So I want you to add, look at your average calories that you've been eating so take your last week from your tracker, look at what your average calories have been for the week. I want you to add 100 calories. So if your average calories for the week have been 1,400, then I want you to up your calorie intake to 1,500. You're going to have taken a weight at the end of this 8 weeks, weigh yourself, do all your measurements, take your after photos. And then I want you to start adding 100 calories. Now you're going to start doing a weekly weigh-in instead of waiting for 4 weeks. Add 100 calories a day to your plan, so that you're now eating 1,500 calories for a week. At the end of the week, I want you to hop on the scale on the same day as just pick the same day of the week. I want you to do a waist measurement and a weight. If the number is the same, then I want you to add another 100 calories. Now you're at 1,600 calories. And then I want you to do the same at the end of the week. I want you to weigh yourself. I want you to do your waist measurement. If that number stays the same, then you can add another 100 calories, and so on until you get to a point where either your weight goes up or your waist measurement goes up a tiny bit. At that point, you're going to want to drop down again to that 100 calories. Do that again for the week. And then I want you to check your numbers from there. At that point, you should be somewhere around your maintenance number. So this whole process is a bit of an experiment in that there is no defined rules of how to go about this, how your body is going to react to the increase in calories, or how things are all going to go. So kind of be patient with yourself as you're going through the process, in that you're increasing those calories, 100 calories at a time for the week. Adding your way up, weighing yourself, doing your waist measurement, doing a check-in. And once you kind of hit maintenance mode, then you're free to just ride there for as long as you want to. Couple of different things. At the end of this 8 weeks, you may or may not be at your goal. If you are, perfect. Build yourself up to your maintenance level. And then I would just suggest doing a weekly check-in. Hop on the scale once a week, measure your waist. Find yourself a little bit of a range though. Like if you're kind of sitting at, let's say, 175 pounds or 180 pounds, give yourself about a 5 pound range to kind of bounce around in. As women with menopause and hormones and all the other stuff that we have going on in our bodies, just having your period, you could gain 5 pounds. So depending on what time of the month it is or what day you're stepping on the scale, you might be a little bit higher up on that particular day. So don't freak out if you're a few pounds up. Just do a check-in a couple days later and just continue to kind of monitor your results. And what I want you to do with that continued monitoring is not allow yourself to go for 6 weeks and then hop on the scale and then you're up 10 pounds. Then you're going to go through that whole mental battle of, oh my God, what have I done? panic, 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 beat yourself up, and end up on this vicious yo-yo dieting cycle all over again. So if you do this slowly, monitor where you're at, do those regular check-ins so that you can stay on top of where things are at and find that maintenance point. I can gain 5 pounds up and down, but I kind of know what my average is, and I like to stay within that 5 pound range. So you find where you're comfortable and go from there. If you're not at your goal weight, I suggest that you run at this maintenance level for a little while. You could do it for 4, 6, 8 weeks, however you feel comfortable, and then set a date again of when you want to do your next calorie cut. And then what you're going to do is you've been at a weight loss mode, say at that 1400 calories. Now you don't have to be gradual about it. If you've built yourself back up to say 2000 calories, 1400 calories, you were at a weight loss mode. Now you can pick a window of time. I would say somewhere around 6 weeks is a really good time frame to look at doing a calorie cut. Set your time parameters of when you're going to do it. And now you can drop all the way down to your 1400 calories, track and monitor yourself in your app for those 6 weeks, doing pictures, measurements, and beginning weight. Maybe only do a weigh-in at the beginning of the 6 weeks and at the end of the 6 weeks. Now, because you know your maintenance is 2000, you don't have to build it back up again 100 calories at a time. You could go up to 1800 calories and then pop up to your 2000 calories pretty quickly. So again, though, make sure that this is an experiment, that I want you to even go about it maybe 200 or 300 calories at a time, depending on what that range is. And pop yourself back up to your maintenance level of calories. And then do your weekly check-in, do your waist measurement, hop on the scale once a week, make sure that you're maintaining where you're at and you're feeling good about where you're at. And that's it. Instead of yo-yo dieting and going through like this, all this work to lose the weight for however many weeks that you go on a weight loss program for, and then throw it all away and just go back to doing what you were doing before. You're still eating healthy. You're still planning indulgences when you can plan them. You're still have fitness and exercise and whatever you're doing for in your life. You're still drinking all of your water and maintaining where you're at and living a healthy lifestyle. And but now you can increase those calories. So maybe you can have a little bit more pasta. Maybe you can have a little bit more bread. Maybe you can have carbs throughout the day more often, and you can have them at each meal instead of having some carb-free meals. Whatever that looks like for you. Eat the foods that you love. Eat the foods that you enjoy. Still continue to look for new recipes that you can try, that for you and your family to enjoy, and really enjoy living life to its fullest. And I hope that everything that I have brought to you has been of value to you. I take what I teach to you very seriously. This means a lot to me to be able to share this information and be your coach. I am not going away. You're going to be in the Feel Good, Look Good group for as long as I continue to run this program, and I don't see that going away anytime soon. So I am going to be here for you. If you have questions at any time, pop in the group, ask questions. If you need a check-in, we can arrange some type of thing as far as doing some check-ins with you. If you are on this journey and still feel like you need support, we can chat about that a little bit more in our final wrap-up session. Each one of you is going to be in some place different. Some of you are going to be able to carry on and do whatever it is that you need to do and be just fine. All these distractions during my video, but others might need some extra support. So I'm here for that. If that's what you need from me, we can work something out. And very lastly is that I want you to schedule a check-in. I'm going to post a link for my calendar below this video so that you can book a session next week, and we can do a final check-in on your numbers, your weight, and your measurements. I would love, love, love to see your before and after pictures if you feel so inclined to share them with me. that is totally up to you, but I would love to see them. And also, if any of you felt like you would like to write a testimonial for me, I would love that as well. It helps me be able to use those in future marketing pieces, in future promotions, things like that, so that I can share your success stories. You don't have to post before and after pictures. I can just put like a nice picture of you on there, whatever you feel works. So if you would like to do that for me, I would love and appreciate that as well. So that's it. Write down any of your questions. I hope that this video and the details that I put in this week's workbook will give you the pieces that you need in order to successfully do your reverse. And we will have our final Q&A on Monday night at 7 o'clock. And that's it. So last video. Thank you. Makes me sad to say goodbye to you all in these little videos, because I truly do love this process and love what I do. So thank you for being a part of the Feel Good, Look Good community. It's been a pleasure. So I will see you all soon. Bye.